Welcome to Fireteam Chat, IGN's Destiny show. Thank you for joining us. Joining me today is Travis
McClunky.
That's it. Brian is out on assignment. He is doing an IGN first, so this episode might be a little bit shorter than your typical episode. But real quick, what we're going to be talking about today is our first reactions to Season of Dawn. I guess I'll start. I kind of put this out there on Twitter, but I went in pretty pessimistic about Season of Dawn. I was like, man, that roadmap looks real light. I'll just bring the roadmap up on the screen right now if you're watching the video version. The trailer was sort of like, okay, we're going back to my least favorite planet. It's going to involve Osiris, and I'm not really digging it. Pre-release. Now that it's come out and we have a glitch sidearm quest in the Vanguard that we can knock out really, really quick. We have, our PvP climb that we can do. Those are all like core Destiny things that we can do. But in addition, we have these obelisks and such that we can pursue, and a fairly decent narrative. I'm going to play a clip from the intro cutscene right now. So it's on black for a little bit, but yeah, we have this intro moment where we get introduced to this quest line, and the quest line is fairly compelling, though there are a few moments where there's large swaths of text that aren't voiced that you just sort of read.
Right.
It's easy to justify this purchase for me because I had purchased the $60 version of the game. That means I paid less than $10 for this. Inversely, you could have paid $10 for an armor set last season during the season of Shadowkeep, and I've gotten a story. I've gotten there are several new interesting exotics to try out, including the Scout. Did you try the Scout?
I did try the Scout.
Jeez, that thing is deadly, man.
Yeah.
If you're trying to counter snipe that in PvP, you're just getting flinched all over the place. And I was surprisingly happy with Season of Dawn this far. And the rationalization is, yes, I'm always going to be pushing Bungie to do more and do better for the content. But then it's like, well, wait, this is $10. Do I want more? Yes. But am I getting a good value for $10? I would also say yes. Yeah. So I'm sort of torn about my final verdict on it. What are your thoughts? Just kind of take us through your whole spiel about how you feel about it, because I don't want it to just be me talking.
Yeah, totally. Well, I kind of agree with you. I was definitely kind of leaning toward pessimistic, but you've mentioned $10 a few times. There's a lot of quality of life improvements that I think everyone get that aren't really part of Season of the Dawn. But then on top of that, you've got this menagerie-like event, which I was really digging. I think I did it 3 or 4 times just to like grind out some of the quests.
So to jump off on that point, do you like it more than Undying Mind?
Oh yeah. Then the Vex
figured
offensive. That
was the answer.
Yeah. So this feels closer to Menagerie. It's very kind of like ripped off of Menagerie. Well, they're ripping off themselves, but it's very much like a repeat of Menagerie with different activities. But even so, the mechanics are pretty fun. There's that one where you throw the bombs and it causes like the Hammer of Dawn to come down and drop on the boss, which is really cool. And yeah, they have a lot of cool mechanics. So that's pretty awesome. And then the new multiplayer map is just Rusted Lands, man.
Rusted Lands is good. I finally got it last night. I forgot to bring a clip of it, but yeah, man, it brings you right back. It feels good. That is part of the overall Destiny update, though. That's one thing they're doing that's really, really interesting, and I think a lot of people are correlating the core sandbox updates with Season of Dawn, but they are separate things. So as a content package, I think just Destiny 2 is in a great place right now. Yeah. Like if you're coming into Destiny 2, a lot of players are feeling overwhelmed. One of my criticisms specifically about Season of Dawn was originally the Obelisks, and I'll just play my clip of the Obelisk and unlocking them. It was a little confusing the first time I went into it, and I'm just kind of like, so why did I do this? What's going on here? But it's just a system for you to get guaranteed drops, and those quests, you pick a weapon frame, you go do it, it drops. Yeah. That was nice. I was like, oh, they're going to make me go run the Obelisk. Nope, they're just like, here you go. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, That's fine. I like that.
It's kind of, the Obelisks are sort of a replacement for the goblet that we had in the Menagerie season, right? Like you're kind of like upgrading them and getting new access to new weapons and new perks and that sort of thing. So they're really cool. I was only able to activate 2 though. Are there more?
There's only 2 for now. And if we look at the roadmap, actually, well, I'll actually let the Obelisk scene play out, because I sort of show the menu. If you haven't gotten a chance to play Season of Dawn yet, it's been out for a day. I understand people have normal lives. But yeah, you can sort of upgrade it, and then it'll give you passive benefits for just having upgraded. I'm actually working on the one on Mars. Right now it's Tangled Chore and Mars. Those are 2 for this week, and then the roadmap will later expand to include other destinations at a later date.
Yeah, one thing I was wondering about is it gives you the option to reset the obelisk. Do you know what the reason would be for doing that? I didn't really figure that out.
I'm not clear on why you would want to do that. I assume it has to do with your guaranteed drops at the end of the obelisk. No, the sundial, sorry. So if you complete the sundial and you have the Mars one activated, you're going to get those drops. But if you have the Tangled Chore one activated, then you're going to get the AR or the sidearm, I believe, is the reward at Tangled Chore.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So if that one's activated, that's the drops that you're going to get when you're doing the sundial. And if you have the Mars one activated, you will get the Mars drops when you do the sundial. So it's about what you want to chase.
Okay, yeah. That I'm still kind of figuring that out. Like you said, it's only been a day, but it's been pleasantly surprising so far. I still think there's way too much in Eververse. I still think that Destiny badly needs a PvP endgame mode, and I think it's kind of a bummer that they didn't do that for this season since it's Osiris themed. I still don't like Mars, Mercury, even though you can ride a sparrow in it.
Hold up. You know what really bothered me? The trailer. Oh, you're riding sparrows in Mercury, but if you go to certain parts of Mercury, you still can't ride sparrows. So like if you go into the area where Osiris is, no sparrows. You have to fight in that area. So
that area is pretty small though.
Yeah. No. I get it, but it made it look like sparrows would be available, and then they weren't. So I'm just like, well, wait, why aren't they available? Oh, if I go to Mercury, but why do you don't really need to go to Mercury?
Yeah, that's the thing.
You go to the sundial activity.
Yeah. I was kind of like, why would you ever go to the original Mercuries? And also, it's weird that there's like multiple
for the bounties. There's some good bounties on Mercury now, and it's a flashpoint. So
the thing about the Mercury that I really don't like now is how there's multiple loading screens to get to place. There's like a bunch of different destinations, and they're not connected like other maps where you could get on your Sparrow and just like ride there. It's like, you gotta get in your menu and then load up into the Osiris instance. I think that's kind of weird.
So I want to ask you, Travis, how do you feel about the fact that they have married their like solar update and their core sandbox updates with a big content drop like this? Originally, I felt it was a little misleading.
Yeah.
But now I'm just kind of like, well, maybe that's the case, but doesn't everybody sort of win?
Yeah. I don't think that's a problem. I think it makes sense to change the meta when you add new content, and that's like just the right time to do it, right? And the fact that it happens to be solar this time and it's on Mercury kind of makes sense aesthetically. I've actually been loving the hammer, the hammer throwing thing.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. The super changes were a big thing. I've been messing around with the Hunter. You've been messing around with the Titan. What has been your favorite change thus far?
I guess my favorite change is the hammer. Like it actually does a ton of damage now. You can get kills with it. You can knock people's shields down and then finish them off with the shotgun or whatever, which is really cool. It's actually incentivized me to go and pick it up. And there was like that melee quest where you have to get like 25 melee kills or whatever. Or was it more than that? No, it's 25.
Something like that.
And I literally just got it in a few minutes. It's just like throwing it, picking it up, throwing it, just getting tons of kills that way. So I'm really liking that. The super still feels very underpowered to me. I'm doing like the spin attack to kill the
big
boss
hammer, man.
Yeah, the big hammer. It doesn't seem to do a ton of damage, but I mean, I've mostly just been doing PvE for right now. So I still don't think I will use this build in PvP. I just don't see it being competitive.
I'm playing Hunter. It has been really, really fun to play with the new knife. That's fun, even though I can't seem to hit a damn thing with it. But it's been a good time. I am enjoying the changes to the supers. I've largely just stuck with blade barrage because I'm still doing a lot of PvP. I'm going for my solar kills right now.
Yep.
Towards Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten. I'm gonna get it, you guys.
That's great.
I'm gonna get it this season.
Good on you, man.
It's gonna be awesome. And I've been having a good time messing around with them. I still don't think that those supers do enough to entice you to utilize them over the void subclass super, the roaming super for the hunter, or the blade barrage for super shutdown in PvP. But maybe I just need to get good with them.
Yeah,
that could actually be a thing. Like maybe I just haven't utilized them appropriately. Now, the most buffed, best utilized class by far from what I've seen online is the Warlock.
Yes. So my friend played as the Warlock all when we were playing yesterday, and I was expecting him to complain because I saw online people were saying that your movement speed is super slow, which the whole point of that buff a while back was to make it fast.
Yeah.
He said he didn't mind it. He was like, honestly, it's you're more powerful, so who cares how fast you're going?
Yeah.
I was like, all right. If you like it, good for you, man. So he's been enjoying it. But yeah, it seems I don't really know aside from the melee what some of the other changes are.
Well, there's the melee that shoots out a projectile now. Basically, cool. You can utilize the hover and air buff to go way outside of the map's normal area, and I've been seeing a lot of people do this in PvP. Sidearms seem to be deadly also because a lot of people are utilizing those in PvP. The PvP meta has changed. It seems to be scouts are back in a big way because of that exotic. Sidearms are doing a lot of work up close. And the Warlock super that involves hovering in air is being used in some sneaky, interesting ways, including the dodge, the hover, and it's cool. I like it. I like that things are sort of shaken up. It's like they took everything that worked and kind of shook it up like a snow globe, and they're seeing sort of where things end up falling at the end. And overall, man, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy with Season of Dawn. I think it is an okay value for your $10.
Yeah.
And I thought I would be pissed. I thought I would be really unhappy. I thought I would be just miserable going through this. I do agree that we are going to run out of stuff very fast. I feel like I've seen everything it has to offer. I get it. And I hope Bungie surprises us throughout the rest of the season through March.
Right.
Because it goes till March.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of overwhelmed by all there was to do when Shadowkeep came out, and then we saw how quickly that burned out. They had a new raid and a bunch of stuff this doesn't have. So I'm really concerned we're going to run out of stuff to do early on. But again, it's like we said last episode, their model kind of wasn't working for them, right? So if this is how things are, I think this is a pretty good medium, right? We're going to get some new stuff. We're going to get new bosses every week, and it sounds like we're going to get more of the Saint 14 story, obviously, as we go. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I have to say, the thing I'm most excited about of all the changes actually isn't part of the Season of Dawn. It's the changes they made to finishers. Hey, you can
the randomizer,
the randomized one. It's amazing, man. I've been using finishers way more because it's kind of like a grab bag. I never know what I'm going to get. But yeah,
I don't know what it is. Maybe you can help me put my finger on it. But I feel more interested, invested, and engaged with Destiny than I ever have been. And I don't know. Well, okay, Destiny 2. I'll specify because there were some really great times in Destiny 1 where you had plenty to chase season to season. But I find myself signing on to chase the title, to chase the weapons that I never had time to get because they've adjusted the PvP sandbox in subtle ways. And they did say not to sort of worry about that eventually.
Yeah. No,
Trials is still on the back burner. They're working on it basically, right? And that's coming. But I am definitely invested and I'm engaged in Destiny in a surprisingly big way. Yeah. Bigger than I ever expected to be.
Yeah, I think they've done a really good job of giving players a ton to go after, whether it's the titles or the mods. I'm still chasing mods.
Yeah, I still have a few mods from Pinnacle drops or Pinnacle activities.
Yeah, the Pinnacle items or Pinnacle weapons are really good.
Let's talk about the chase to power. I'm 960 now. It took me a day, basically. I was already like 954, gradually going to 960 casually, and when blues are dropping higher than the light that I'm at, it was very quick.
Yeah.
From 954 to 960. I'm like 959.9 I need a cape.
And so now you're back on that 10 power grind from last season. That
I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I kind of don't either.
I do think that is one area where they could improve it. They've completely devalued the power grind structure, and I'm curious how they're going to address that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm so happy. I deprioritized getting to 960, right, for the first time. It doesn't seem to matter.
Right.
I still like the idea of getting to the soft cap, but the hard cap is useless.
Because of the artifact.
Because the artifact makes it useless.
Yep. Yeah,
it's odd. It's an odd place to be in.
I think a way that they could, again, all roads lead to PvP, but like if there was a PvP where your light mattered, like Trials used to be, then maybe people would care if they were, 570 or 560, if there was some sort of edge. But yeah, there's nothing like that now. So yeah, I don't think light matters. There's also really no challenging activities right now. I mean, we'll see if that changes once they add the, what is it, heroic, the sundial or whatever.
Yeah,
they're adding some sort of legendary version or whatever.
Yeah, legendary version, I believe, is the terminology they use, and it's supposed to be, more difficult. It seems like the difficulty cap is at 980 right now. So if I'm 960 soft cap, I'm already almost like +7 on the artifact without even trying. I'm like rank 10 on the battle pass.
Yeah.
Right. It just went by like that. Yeah. You just grab your bounties and go do whatever you want.
Right.
Like I was doing Lost Sector because I wanted a Sunshot Catalyst, right? And I'm just like popping those ranks because when you do Lost Sectors, you get a lot of XP for that.
Yeah.
So I'm up there already. I cleared a bunch of bounties. I'm working on my sundials passively. It feels nice. Let me ask you this. Do you think we're going to burn out by March?
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah, I think they had 3 or 4 bosses lined up, so we'll have seen all of those in a month.
And 3 bosses, then the legendary boss.
3 bosses,
like the
legendary
Vex boss. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I think is going to be, after 4 weeks we'll be done with that. I don't expect the Saint 14 storyline stuff to be replayable. I expect it to be pretty short, and then we've got 2 exotics to chase, and everything else is going to be a month of the Dawning, and then Crimson Days at the very end. But I think we're going to get burned out pretty quick.
Have you seen any of the new armor exotics? I saw the Hunters in PvP, and I was like, what is that?
I've not seen
Here's what it does if you haven't seen it. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I don't have it yet. Basically, when you Hunter dodge, you leave a grenade behind you, and it has a blinding effect.
That's amazing.
It's really good. It's really interesting, and I want it. I want it really, really
That's
bad.
Cool.
I think
what the Hunt or the Titans is.
I think it's really, really cool. So you haven't gotten it either.
No.
I wonder if you get it. You must get it through the Battle Pass, or maybe we get it from Xur on Friday.
Yeah, must be.
No, that's not how Xur works.
Xur doesn't bring new stuff anymore. Yeah,
that's correct. So it's just going to be through exotic engrams. That's the only way you can get it.
I've not gotten any yet, so.
Yeah. So we know we have the exotics that are in the Battle Pass. We have some exotic quests coming. I believe it's 3 and 3. 3 armor pieces again, 3 weapons. How do you feel about the exotic chase? The fact that there is stuff on your list.
Yeah, I mean that always feels good. I'm pretty confident I'm going to have them all in a week, or at least all that you can have. But I'm kind of okay with that. I don't like when there's like an anarchy situation where you're redoing the same activity over and over again. I would just prefer make it hard but achievable if you try or play well enough. But yeah. I'm the exotic to me, the exotic chase is kind of been minimal for like a year or two. Like there's never really been a point where I was like, oh my gosh. Actually, Forsaken was like that a little bit. There were a bunch of exotics. I remember how rare exotic engrams were for a while. Yeah. It took me like 2 months to get them all. But yeah, I think those aren't the things we're really chasing anymore. I think now we're chasing like minute stuff like a title or an emblem or stat roll or the season pass. I was gonna say I thought the season pass was a lot friendlier this time around to non-ping because I saw there were a ton of rewards in the top row, and then I looked ahead and like past level 25 there's like nothing. It's like just barren, so that's kind of disappointing. I would just be bummed out. Like I want to like get somebody in the studio who doesn't have the season pass and just ask them like, what is your experience like? Because I have a feeling like I would know what it was like, but I am having trouble putting myself in those shoes.
Hey, the artifact, they're just like, here you go.
Yep.
That was neat. And it does seem like in the final one, there is I believe there's a solar buff and a void buff that seem really enticing. The other ones are fairly standard, like finisher or whatever. In that final column on the new artifact, they're intriguing. I haven't seen any crazy builds yet, but I bet there's going to be some Void and Solar builds that are nuts.
Yeah, that would be dope. Something that did annoy me is activating the Obelisks is really boring.
It's odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a quest, go collect some stuff. But I went through them very fast.
Oh, yeah. It takes a couple minutes, but the whole time I was like, you get this new DLC. You're like, oh, my gosh, it's Season of the Dawn. And then the first thing they do is like, go to the Tangled Shore and kill some Cabal. And I was like, what am I doing? Like the whole time I was like, what is this? Why am I here? But yeah, it sounds like we're going to have to do it like 5 more times on every planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall take, this is a $10 thing.
Yeah.
You get the season pass with it. You get a new armor set. You get the new mods, which I haven't gotten to try out yet. So we'll have to talk about that on, potentially the next episode. What else do we have? We have the Obelisk system. We have guaranteed weapons to get through the Obelisk system. We have the sundial activity.
It's probably the biggest thing. Almost definitely.
Yep. And I believe the storyline for Saint 14, the new perfect paradox that you get. Things like that.
Much better than I was expecting.
Yeah, so I think the value for your money is there. It is, negatives are that it's a little grindy. It's a little bit grindy, the quest lines. I mean, that's just kind of Destiny, but you can get through them pretty quick if you know what you're doing.
Sure.
I just did the part where you have to get all the Vex. You have to go shoot the Vex cubes. That was annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were like hiding them. And I'm like, oh, just let me. They're like, this is such a stopgap. But they didn't tie it to a world event that only spawns every 20 minutes. I haven't seen anything like that yet anyway. I think I'm on the last quest step. And it's going to be interesting to see how they proceed the story week over week.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. I think this is it's a good start. I do think we're going to be burned out in like 2 weeks. I'm sure we're going to be sitting here. Actually, we only have one more show, so I guess we'll really know when we come back from vacation.
Yeah, I guess I should let people know now. I'm going on my honeymoon. This is our second to last episode for the year. We're going to be back in January.
Honeymoon. Look at this guy.
I'm taking 2 weeks off from Fireteam chat and just general work stuff. I'll probably still be playing Destiny on my laptop. Don't tell my wife.
On Stadia.
No.
PC.
Okay. I'm tempted to try it out. But anyway, so we're going to do one more episode next week. We're going to have Paul Tassi back on. So Paul agreed to join us. Brian will be out for the rest of the year. He got tied up with a whole bunch of IGN stuff going into 2020. But yeah. So overall, Season of Dawn, I think it's okay.
Excited.
I'll give it a thumbs up, cautiously. There's enough there to warrant $10.
Yeah.
Sure. If our access to this content costs $10 as opposed to a $15 a month subscription, like Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft, I'm just like, you know what? I think $10 is okay for the amount of stuff that I've been able to do and the amount of hours that I put in.
Totally.
My clock says nearly 400. So I'm at like 348.
That's on PC.
I'm in the 300 and somethings, yeah.
Okay.
On PC.
Yeah, because that's like low.
Do you have any idea where you're at?
I'm in the thousands of hours.
Just for Destiny 2 on Steam.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. You're saying just on Steam. For me, for Xbox.
Oh, I'm probably near 2,000 at this point.
Yeah. I think I'm over 2,000 probably.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
What's your overall take? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Yeah, I mean, I'm. It's a cautious, excited, but but I think I honestly think they should probably change the model. I don't know why there are so many seasons. I feel like nobody was asking them to do that. Like they could make the seasons a little longer and put more stuff into them and take less time. Like I honestly feel like 3, maybe even 2 seasons a year, most people would be okay with if there were enough content. But the 4 seasons a year seems kind of like a lot of work. It's very ambitious. There's just like so many seasons, and but yeah, this is where we're at, and for what it is, I think it's like you said, you do get a certain amount of bang for your buck.
As we wrap up the show, I'm going to bring up the roadmap here on the laptop, and here's what we have. The next thing that's coming is 12/17, which is an odd day. It's like a Sunday. It's next Sunday, isn't it?
Tuesday, 17. Yeah,
is it?
Yeah, because our next show is on the 18th. So the 17th would be Tuesday, right?
Am I crazy?
I think so. I think you're crazy.
My wife has a calendar at home she made by herself, and it looks like, I think the dates, the numbers are off a little bit.
Jeez.
So yeah, 17th is Tuesday. That's why I've been so screwed up on my days lately. Yeah. Okay, so 17th is Tuesday. So it reset. We're going to get the Nessus and EDZ Obelisks, right, with new weapons to chase. We're going to get Ulzultek, the Sky Piercer, and we're going to get to Save a Legend, which is confusing to me, because that tells me something else is going on. What legend are we saving? Because some stuff happens this week that you'll discover. I'm curious. The embargo's up. I can tell you guys now, Bungie did confirm that the Dawning is not Sparrow Racing League. It is the Dawning. They happen to use an image of sparrows. There is no Sparrow Racing League coming. Reddit, link to this show at least, please. and thank you for Bungie, doing the interview. We had an interview, but there wasn't too much to post in it because they were mostly explaining mechanics that I'm getting to experience today. So I haven't really known to do with it. But one thing that was a big takeaway was that no, that's not the Sparrow Racing League. It is just an image of some sparrows tied to the Dawning. So yeah. And what else do we got? We got 12/17 to January is the Dawning. So basically, I need to figure out how to cover 12/17, and then Bungie gracefully made it so. Oh damn, Tazarok is going to show up
while you're on your honeymoon.
While I'm on my honeymoon, so I am going to have to at least do one sundial run while on my honeymoon. maybe I can get a buddy to help me out. Just do one sundial run. That's all I want. Yeah, and then our first exotic, Devil's Rune, is on 1/7, and I'll be back. Hopefully, still married.
Hopefully, still married.
Depends on if Tazarok takes away.
Yeah, that's the real grind. The love grind. You got to work on that one, man.
Yeah,
fill up those collection tabs.
It's going to be an interesting season for sure. I think people will get bored, and I think it's okay to play other games during that time.
Me too.
If it's not enticing, I would love to get back into Rainbow. I have some features that I want to, continue to design, about other games. So this will give me time to do it. If my Destiny appetite is sated by the few things that they throw.
You could spend some time with your family.
That's crazy.
Light a menorah, maybe. I don't know. What are the kids up to these days?
Yeah. Anyway, that is our overall take on Destiny 2's Season of Dawn, Season 9. Thank you so much for joining us. What are your thoughts? That's your homework for this week. Oh man, I gave him homework next week. I actually read the comments. I love that I give you guys homework because it says homework, and then I can read your thoughts about the episode. So this week, your homework is homework. First impressions of Season of Dawn for those of you who have played it. And if you're waiting, tell me why you've decided to skip this one. All right, that's it for this episode, everybody. Until next time, Guardians out.